think that was a low blow. I thought that landed, and I've been cheated out of victory tonight. But you know, what else can I say?
What up? What up? What up? It's your boy back again. Marlo Knows Basketball and Marlo Knows Boxing. Back at y'all with another one. I sat back and watched for the last few days, man, since Saturday. This is crazy. The hate that Usyk is getting is absolutely ridiculous. To try to call that fight a robbery, that's a complete lie. Usyk dominated that whole fight. The whole fight, Usyk won. He won every single round except for the round where he got knocked down. So how is this a robbery? Of course, I will say Daniel Dubois did get robbed of a knockdown. It was obviously a clean punch. But how can you call it a robbery when Usyk was dominating the fight? Usyk was dominating him. Daniel Dubois did not look like he was on Usyk's level for 90% of that fight. Should it have been called a clean knockdown? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, it should have been called a clean knockdown. But it's just a knockdown. That doesn't mean that Daniel Dubois deserved to win that fight. And everybody's trying to say, oh, well, he would have stopped him. It would have been a knockout. How do you know? If the referee doesn't call it a low blow and the referee starts counting 1, 2, 3, how do you know Usyk is not going to get up? You're just assuming. Everyone is just assuming Usyk wouldn't get up. You don't know. You don't know if he would have got up or not. You're acting like you're Miss Cleo, like you could tell the future. I believe he would have got up. And he was dominating Daniel Dubois that whole fight. If Daniel Dubois was robbed, if he was robbed, then how come when the fight started back, how come he didn't just go to the body and do it again? He couldn't do it again. He couldn't do it again because he's not the better fighter. Usyk is the better fighter. Everybody that's trying to call that fight a robbery, you sound like Tyson fans. You sound like Mike Tyson fans when he knocked down Buster Douglas and everybody called it a slow count. And they said Buster Douglas didn't beat the count. It was a robbery. But if the referee was counting faster, then Buster Douglas would have got up faster, I believe. You don't know if Buster Douglas would have got up faster or not. I believe he would have. I believe that Usyk took the time that he took because the referee gave him that time. And Buster Douglas also took the time that he took because the referee gave him that time. But Buster Douglas dominated the fight before the knockdown, and he dominated the fight after the knockdown. Whether the knockdown was slow or not, Buster Douglas dominated that whole fight. Just like Usyk dominated the whole fight against Daniel Dubois. And bottom line is, and still, the WBA, WBO, IBF unified heavyweight champion of the world. And still, whether you like it or not, he still got 3 of the belts at heavyweight. And of course, the remaining belt belongs to Tyson Fury, the WBC belt. And eventually, as a boxing fan, the whole boxing community is hoping these two get in the ring so we could see the first undisputed heavyweight champion since Lennox Lewis. And even though Usyk won the fight in dominant fashion, barring the knockdown, whether you count the knockdown or not count the knockdown for Daniel Dubois was still dominated in that fight. He didn't win a round, other than if they would have counted it a knockdown, he would have won that round. But that would have been the only round that he won the whole fight. So to try to call that a robbery is ridiculous. But what I will say is this. I do see a lot of holes in Usyk's game as far as his defense. He's got to tighten up on that defense if he's going to get in there with Tyson Fury. Right now, after watching that fight against Daniel Dubois, as much as Usyk was hit, especially to the body and showing that vulnerability to the body, I will have to favor Tyson Fury in that fight. Before the Daniel Dubois fight, I was favoring Oleksandr Usyk. But after seeing that performance and seeing those holes in Usyk's defense, I feel like a great fighter like Tyson Fury is probably going to exploit those. But Usyk has time to go back to the drawing board and tighten up the screws, man. Close up them holes a little bit. And I still expect these two to get it on, man. I expect it to be a great fight. We finally going to see undisputed after Tyson Fury stops playing games.
Usyk, message for Tyson Fury.
Tyson, I love you pretty badly.
He should earn the right to fight with you.